All right, so in this video, we're going to take a look at how large of a position should you hold if you're trading penny stocks. So stay tuned. I'm going to answer those questions for you right now in this video. All right, so a lot of people get into trading penny stocks, and hey, that's totally okay. There's no problem with it. Absolutely. It just, there's a certain part of it that goes into your portfolio. But if you're trading penny stocks, you need to understand that, hey, I just can't trade my full account, especially if you got a little bit of a larger account. You need to understand the maximum amount that you should be trading, because when you're trading penny stocks, they're smaller, they're less liquid, and you can move the stock, or you can get stuck in it, which is even worse. And that's like being in quicksand. Now, we're doing this lesson here, this video lesson, due to our upcoming course that's called Penny Stock Profits. Now, this course, you can find it on our website at tradersfly.com. You can find all the links. It'll link you up to our Rise to Learn courses website. And when you get this course, it'll be available at a discount. You'll also get our Penny Stock Case Studies course for free. So we're doing it kind of like a bundle deal in the meantime. And hey, absolutely, if you want to get it, you'll get 40% off, which is basically a free Penny Stock Case Studies course. So definitely check that out if you're serious and interested in it. Now, getting back to our huge question, and that is, how many shares should you trade when trading penny stocks? What is the number of shares? Well, you have to first understand the amount that's traded, and really, why does it really matter? Well, if you're trading too much, if you're trading too large of a position, you can move a stock or get stuck in a position. So let me share with you kind of an example here. Taking a look at this example in this stock. Okay, so think about how many shares does it take to move this stock. Now, this stock trades on average. Where am I getting this? Well, the volume. On average, you're trading about 40,000 shares. Okay, so the average is 20-day average. Why 20 days? Well, because there's 20 trading days in a month. So here we're getting on average about 40,000 shares traded on any given single month. Sometimes it's around 16,000, 20,000, but let's say 25, 30,000 shares or so. Now, the stock's price is $2.63, which means how much money does it take to move that stock? Well, think about it. In any given day, if we got about 40,000 shares traded, okay, and we're pricing it at about $2.63 per share, it takes only about, excuse me, $105,000 to move this stock. That's how much money in flow is going through that stock every single day. That's not a ton of money when it comes to stock trading. Compare this to something like a Bank of America. And when you look at this, you'll see that, hey, we're trading about 41.7 million shares already, and the day is not even over. So to move that stock takes a lot of power. Now, to move these other stocks, penny stocks, okay, it doesn't take as much, especially if you're trading lower dollar stocks. Some of these stocks are trading only 8,000, 9,000 shares, which in this case, 8,000, 9,000 shares, call it 8,000 shares times $2.30, it's only $18,000, right? And what you don't want to happen to you is that, hey, if you're in this position, like let's say you're in this position right here, and somebody decides to dump it, well, this is what happens, is they sell off very quick, very fast, because, hey, you're dumping a ton of shares. And that's not a lot of money. You know, on average, most traders do have $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. And in this case, they would move a stock like this. So what's the most amount that you should trade? What's the golden rule? What's kind of a good idea? Well, I would say look at something more like 20%. So in this case, if we're looking at something trading about 9,000 shares on a day-to-day basis, so let's say this one's trading about 9,000 shares. Well, 20% of that is only about 1,800 shares. So you don't want to trade more than 1,800 shares on this stock. And that's because, hey, you might get stuck in that position. How do you get out of that position? Because it'll take you multiple days just to get out of that position. If you want to be really, really safe, you could think of it like 10%. So 9,000 shares, and you want, 10% at most, right? This is at most 900 shares. And you're still, at that case, pretty large or a good sized position. If you want to be stealthy, think of it like Bank of America. If you got 41 million shares traded and you're only trading 1,000 shares, well, hey, you're, looking at, in this case, 9,000 shares. Well, you only want to trade like 0.01%, you're trading 90 shares. And in that case, for a penny stock, it's not worth it. So you'll never be as stealthy as you will with the big companies. But what you want to do is be a little more stealthy. And that's why sometimes it's good to trade a little bit larger stocks, like penny stocks that trade, hey, in this case, this one's trading 179,000 shares. Well, in that case, it takes much more money and capital to move that stock. Same thing with stocks that are, let's say, $10 over here. And here's one that's trading, okay, $10, cheaper stock. And it's also trading about 415,000 shares right now today, or averaging about 930,000 shares on any given single day. So as a rule of thumb, trade less than 20% on any given single day, or have that many shares. Don't have more than that. Because if you have more than that, you could get stuck. And what that's going to do is, when you're in that position, let's just take something like this. This is what can happen. Is that, hey, somebody got stuck and they needed to dump the shares, boom, that's what happens. Or they manipulate it. Now, it may not look exactly like that, but in general, this is what can happen, is that there's movement, big movement that happens because they're either stuck or they need to get into a position. Whatever the case is, it moves the stock around in a weird way. So be very careful. And that's why, we have this course coming out to share with you these big concepts on trading penny stocks the right way. And be sure to check out the website at tradersfly.com. That's where you can sign up to our newsletter list, so that way you get notified when other great training like this is released. And in this case, remember that we have this sale going on, and that way you can get this case studies course, this other penny stock course, at a discount, or ultimately it's basically free, which means your bundle is 40% off. You get kind of 2 courses for the price of 1. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful and insightful and gave you some things to think about as far as trading penny stocks, because that's the smarter approach. You need to be very careful. You need to be stealthy when dealing this, and understand what the heck you're doing before trading too large of a position, especially if you have a little bit more cash in your account. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to subscribe here on YouTube if you want to see some other great videos that we have released, or join me on my newsletter list, or even ask a question by clicking this link here, and you can even submit one by voice. Thanks again, and remember, do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. And of course, visit the website if you want to get notified when this course is released and when the promotion ends. So stay tuned, and I will see you next time.